going on, peeps, and welcome back to Trailer Talk. This time we're talking about WandaVision, something a little different. You usually talk trailers here, but hey, it's the last week of WandaVision, which has been an excellent show. I mean, Marvel dished this out back in January, and it has just been every single week diving into theories, speculation, what's going to happen next episode, and we thought might as well talk about it here. So what's going on, Steph?
What's up, everyone? I'm excited to talk about this show because I really enjoy it. It's become one of my favorites, and it's just about to end in a couple of hours, days. Yeah, it's been crazy. I've seen a lot. Well, I'm not one to dive into theories and all that stuff, but I've seen a few of them. So who knows what's going to happen? We're just a couple of days away from it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of theories out there. I mean, I feel like every week there's just been a slew of theories hitting the internet, and it's been kind of driving people's expectations a certain way. The director himself has come out and said people might be disappointed because they have really set themselves up to believe these theories. I admit, when I first saw that headline, I thought to myself, okay, am I going to be disappointed? But I mean, hey, we all love just speculating, right? That's what it's all about, is just chatting about it. Like,
yeah, and I think the show has handled it so well. You know, it's been giving us bits and pieces for us to try to connect everything together. So
heck yeah.
We're getting that final piece this week, and I don't know, I'm just excited to see everyone's reaction, because I am one to watch people's reaction on YouTube. Like, I do love watching people's reactions there. So, yeah.
Yeah, and usually I do a review. I'm actually going to do a reaction this time because I feel like it's the finale. I might as well do a reaction.
Yeah.
Ooh, got a comment here. So I would like to know a few things. What is your guess on Dottie? Is she Clea, Emma Frost, Arcana Jones, the missing witness, a villain Mephisto, or a nobody? Everything Agnes said about her. So, Patrick, I think you very well might be referencing a video I did a few weeks ago where I actually speculated, Steph, who Dottie could potentially be. And I said that there are several possibilities that Dottie could be. She could be Mephisto. Before we figured out Agatha Harkness was Agnes, I thought, okay, maybe they made Agnes to maybe detour our attention, and Dottie was actually Agatha Harkness. That one was obviously proven wrong. And then I thought, okay, maybe she's Clea, who is actually a character from Doctor Strange comics, and she is the Sorceress Supreme of the Dark Dimension where Dormammu is. So I thought, okay, maybe she's one of these three characters, but there have been people to come forward who said she could be Emma Frost, who was an X-Men character. She could be Arcana Jones, the witness. I'm going to be honest, guys. I made the theory video, so I'm to blame for all the speculation that might come here about Dottie. I think now that we've gotten so far without Dottie, I think there's only two possibilities. I think she is a nobody, or I think she is the missing witness. I don't think she's going to be Mephisto. I don't think she's going to be Emma Frost. I mean, look, I would love to be right, but that was a few weeks ago. Like, that was like 5 episodes. Well, probably about 4 episodes ago, Steph. So I think I'm off at this point.
And we haven't seen her that much lately. So
I know.
I mean, it could be a deception, though. So we forget about her for a bit. But
do you think she's just a nobody, like just a regular townsperson?
It could be. Was she ID'd on the board?
No.
Right? So that's suspicious.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, okay, that's what I put in my video. I was like, all right, she wasn't ID'd on the board. And there were some weird quotes in episode 2 about her when Agnes back then said that she's the devil's in the details. When right after Dottie had spoken. And she also said Dottie is the key to this town. And I was like, well, wait, isn't Wanda? Because Wanda's the one that created the town. Why is Dottie the key to the town?
And then when she touched her hand as well, that was weird.
Yeah, her blood was like thick red, and I was just like,
her reaction was normal. She wasn't like freaking out or anything.
Right. She's like, oh, just let me clean it up. So that's what led me to think, okay, she could potentially be Mephisto because all the women in the town follow her. And I was thinking, okay, Wanda created the town, so why aren't they following Wanda?
Good point.
Like, it's just kind of like something I had thought about because I was like, why is everybody following Dottie? Why is Dottie the key to the town? When Agatha said there's devil in the details, that was in response to Dottie turning down that other woman in terms of being a chairwoman. And so I was like, okay, what is Dottie Mephisto? Like, what is happening?
Have you seen those memes where everyone is Mephisto in this?
The Leo DiCaprio is just like, that's Mephisto.
Like every single character has had the chance of being him.
The crumb on the ground, Steph, is Mephisto. There's a crumb in that shot. It's Mephisto. I promise.
I know. And then Kristen is saying Hayward lied. I know. He's suspicious. Like I suspect of him. He's weird.
So my boy Ren Geekness actually predicted that Hayward, I want to say predicted Hayward. Yes, Hayward is Ultron. And bouncing off of that, which was a fantastic theory. I mean, he had this entire theory that he wanted Vision's body in order to install Ultron. And I was like, what if he is working to reinstall Ultron? And my theory now is that White Vision will have James Spader's voice and maybe even Ultron's like UI. Because I mean, hey, like, how did he activate that vision?
I know. That was such a surprise, though. Like, I was not expecting any of that. And to leave us with that question at the end, that was a good
mysterious move. Right? It was just like, boom, give us that White Vision. He doesn't talk. So that's why I was like, okay, is it James Spader who voiced Ultron? Like, bring him back, y'all. Bring him back.
I know. We'll see.
Ooh, this is a good comment. For the children thing was the first to be aware of Wanda. Her husband's name referencing Arcana, her flowers, possibly resembling her having yellow powers, the devil in the details. Absolutely. I mean, Patrick, they really set Dottie up to seem like she's a deeper character, but like now that all these layers are unraveling themselves, I don't think that it's the case. I hope. Come on, Steph. Let's hope.
Plus, I know there's a lot of people expecting so much from it that's where you're coming from. Maybe expecting so much will not be amazing when you get it, but I think they know what they're doing, and they've done so well up to this point that I don't think they'll disappoint with the finale.
I agree. I think that they had this mapped out plan. We all went all over the place. And I also thought, is Disney really going to introduce the devil on Disney Plus? And it's not TVMA. Who knows? But hey, if Agnes at the end of this meets up with a friend and it's Mephisto, woo! Oh my God. Oh, like, did you think Mephisto was going to show up?
It's been talked about ever since, the second episode, and they've been hyping it up so much. It may be in the works. I'm not so sure, though. Maybe they'll wait for Multiverse of Madness to introduce him and not this, but maybe set it up for us to discover it later. But, anything could happen at this point.
I know. I mean, it's just like from anywhere, anything could happen. And this actually goes off of Perry Stark's question. Hello and welcome. Do you think Strange will make an appearance in this last episode, Steph?
I think I'm not sure if this is a spoiler because I don't think it is, but I saw an interview on YouTube and it said WandaVision cast and Tom Hiddleston was there and Benedict Cumberbatch was there. So I don't know. Maybe.
Tom Hiddleston? See, you dropping spoilers now. Hold on.
I didn't watch the whole interview, but the thumbnail, they use like a Zoom thing for the interview and you could see that they were both there. So I don't know if that's like sort of like saying something for the future or...
Steph over here dropping spoilers, y'all. Cover your ears. Take cover.
Have you not seen it?
No, I have not. I have been purposely avoiding like everything WandaVision for the past like 8
Maybe
weeks.
maybe it was just part of the promotion for other shows or for the movie, you know. But
That's true. It could have been for the Disney Plus like whole
Yeah.
lineup. Oh God! If Loki appears, like, wow, that'll blow my mind.
I know. Plus, Doctor Strange, I think it would be smart for them to show him in this, just because it's going further into the cinematic universe, into their movie. So I
Yeah.
think that would work.
Yeah, and since Wanda's going to be in his movie, I'm assuming, if anything, like a post credit, he'll show up, or maybe even towards the end. Because I'm like, dude, if White Vision and Agatha team up, it's gonna be real bad for them. Woo! But I guess you got WandaVision and Speed and Wiccan. I think all together they'll do good. But
Plus, Monica.
yeah, Monica Rambeau.
Keep
Oh
her.
man. Whoo, y'all, we got our Monica. Oh man, that was so cool when she just like looked right back at Wanda and gave her that glare a couple episodes ago. Oh my God, man. I was like, are y'all gonna duke it out?
And talking about episodes, I think for me, the last episode was my favorite out of every single one of them, because it just deepens our knowledge of things that we already knew, but you get to see those, not just hear about them. So it expands on the relationships and on the character development, and it was very heartbreaking. I cried. My heart couldn't take it.
Yeah, I definitely teared up during that because it was the best written episode, the best acted episode, I thought. I agree. I think it was the best episode. On Monday, I was kind of back and forth. I was like, well, let me kind of digest, but I've already seen it a couple more times since then. And yeah, like it's just, I think even just technically, it's just the best episode. It really explores what the show was all about: trauma, getting over loss, and all the loss that Wanda has had, and how it has culminated up to create this world. And this world is a result of that loss. Like, she lost so much. I mean, it was just like in childhood, she lost her parents. Then she lost her brother. Then she lost Vision. I'm like, dude, she lost everybody.
I know.
Everybody. Like, okay, Cap lost Peggy. Iron Man lost his parents. She lost her parents, her lover, her brother, everyone. She lost everyone. Like, what an experience. And I applaud Disney for taking us through and just writing such a great character and having all these things the entire time and kind of tucking them in the background and, taking us to those first 2 episodes where it's just total sitcom, kicking back, and the third one too. And then just slowly unraveling to reveal like this, she's been through the most out of all of them. Arguably all of them. I mean, some have been through quite a bit, but I mean, it's like, wow, that was such a degree of loss. Yes. And it was so sad.
Getting to see how everything was created, and it was out of pain, extreme pain. Like you said, she lost so many things and she was by herself. So I think we as an audience get to understand that pain and also connect all the dots from what we've known beforehand. So I think it was very powerful.
It was, because it all just culminated up into this sad moment, man. And then not even to mention, after she loses her lover, her brother, her family, she sees her lover being ripped apart in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God. When I got to that scene and we realized Hayward was lying, doctored up the footage, God, I mean, what a horrible thing to witness.
Yes. And that scene where she said, I can't feel you. Oof. That was my heart just was broken.
Steph, I don't know if you can see, but I'm kind of struggling right now.
Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, their acting in this has been amazing. Their range, though, because it's been, like you said, comedy, and then crying, and then drama, everything. Like, you could really see how good of an actor he is and how good of an actress she is.
If they don't get nominated for Emmys, I'm going to have to riot, man. These two took us through a conundrum of emotions this entire time. Jorge, you changed your username, but what's going on, man? If it's McAvoy, he will say to Pietro, enter her mind with accent, Magneto to hire her daughter, and Doctor Strange takes him to multiverse. Dude, okay, so I would love for Professor X to come through. I don't think that's gonna happen though. We reach it. But Steph, could you imagine? Okay, so dream scenario. White Vision and Agatha get the upper hand. The twins end up sacrificing themselves. And somehow White Vision comes through the smoke. He's still alive. He's approaching Wanda, and all of a sudden he starts crinkling up. And Magneto's hand is just like, you can see a shot of a hand just like up and in position. And then it's like Magneto. It could be either Ian McKellen or Michael Fassbender. I think everybody would freak out, man. And White Vision just crinkles up from Magneto using his powers.
That sounds exciting.
Wouldn't that be tight? I mean, I know I'm just pumping people up right now. It's not going to happen.
I just know I'm pretty sure it's going to be a cliffhanger, and we're going to be wanting more for the next years to come. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ending on a cliffhanger for sure. It wouldn't be the MCU without a cliffhanger. Actress for Dottie saying, where's Dottie? She did say that on Twitter, but she said that right before the episode with Agatha's reveal. And in that episode, she was in one shot. Like, she was literally just like peeking up from some flowers. And I'm like, what are we doing, Dottie? Who are you? Not a WandaVision question, but in Captain Marvel 2, should Captain Marvel and Monica have a fight with their powers? I don't want them to be against each other. Like, I want them to like be united, like
together. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't want them to battle each other, because I don't think they want Monica Rambeau to be Captain Marvel this time. Like, I think they have their Captain Marvel, and I know she's been Captain Marvel in the comics, but she's also been Photon and Spectrum, and I'm thinking they're going with Spectrum for her name. But I don't want them to duke it out. Like, I think we've had a Civil War, and if we have Civil War 2, that's fine, but let's not do that between those two. Like, would you want them to duke it out? I don't want them to fight.
I think it would be cool to see them fight together, not fight each other.
Totally.
That would be cool. Like, go against somebody with their different powers.
What I could see is maybe not quite a battle, but I could see Monica being a little bit hurt. Maybe Captain Marvel didn't come back to Earth as often as she should have, and that has built a little resentment, a little bit of like, oh, because I mean, that was her Auntie Carol. Like, they had a very good relationship in the movie, and I'm assuming by this point Carol's been away for a long time, so I could see her having a little resentment. Maybe when she gets the new powers, like attacking out of retaliation, but I don't foresee Carol like taking her on for any reason. Prove me wrong though, Marvel. Prove me wrong. Christian saying, I live in Westview and I am living in the sitcom world. Hey man, can I get a ticket in real quick or what? What decade you in, bro?
I've seen on the internet, if you were a Westview resident, if you were Wanda and you created this, which shows would you be living in?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw that too. Well, I'll let you go first.
Okay. I think I'm going to have the Power Rangers.
Oh, what? That ain't a sitcom.
I know it's not a sitcom, but it's a show that I watched when I was younger. So I'll do the Power Rangers. And then sitcom, there's a Mexican sitcom that I adore. It's called La Familia Peluche. So I would choose that. And then, what else? Big Bang Theory?
I knew you were going to say Big Bang Theory.
Yes, Big Bang Theory. And one more. What else do I love? Maybe How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good little selection.
And I know the Power Rangers aren't a sitcom, but, it's a show that I really adored. So I guess my subconscious would just make it happen.
I was just about to say you cheated because you didn't choose all sitcoms.
How about you?
Oh, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Martin, That's So Raven, and then maybe Boy Meets World. You know what? Since you cheated, I'll go with Power Rangers as well. Because I'm like, all right, I would be so down to be a Ranger. Like,
ooh, my dream.
yo, if I was in the Power Rangers world, I'd be like, recruit me, Chief. Like, I would go to the door, damn it.
It was always my dream to be a Power Ranger. You know, to have to morph into them. That would be awesome.
Oh my God. Yeah, get the watch and just, yo, so I can only picture the enemy of the Power Rangers literally sitting there for 10 minutes while they morph. Like, the enemy's just like,
are you done? Can we
y'all
fight?
done morphing or what? Oh man, what's going on, Eric Thorpe? Welcome. We don't want WandaVision to end either, man. Any chance still that Evan Peters is playing the same version of his character from the Fox universe, or is that out the window? I think the chances are still there. It's just not clear. I mean, he's Pietro for now, fake Pietro. So,
and he's still being controlled, right? Yeah, because when he meets Monica, he was
Snooper's going Snoop.
Yeah, still under a spell.
Yeah, he just like pops up. Like that scared the shit out of me, by the way, because I was so zoned in on the magic, and then he just Snooper's going Snoop. Like what?
Ooh, can we talk about Agatha's magic, Agnes?
Yeah,
it looks so cool, and her spells are creepy as well. You know the way she says them.
Oh God, yeah, and the purplish color, and just her actual look when she was like flying and floating in the air. That was tight.
Yes.
She had the boys by their necks and shit.
I know. Yeah, like, I was like, whoa.
Fucking Disney, man. Y'all might want to TVMA this. They're like, help.
Yeah. Those kids are so cute.
And they're good little actors, man. Like, I don't want to say goodbye to them. Do you feel like that's inevitable?
Yeah. I can't wait for it. It's just like with the Mandalorian's finale. You know, I was so excited and it lived to the hype, but I didn't want the show to end. Like, I felt sad afterwards. I was like, ooh, why?
Talk about something messing you up. That messed me up when him and Grogu separated like that. Like, I just like, look, Steph, you witnessed it. I was right about that. Remember? We talked about it. I was correct about that finale.
Yeah. Yeah, we did some predictions, I remember.
Yeah, and I was like, Luke Skywalker's going to show up. Grogu and Mando are going to have a moment. Oh, man.
That's how it ended.
I was right on the money with that. Okay, guys, so Professor X is showing up. Nah, I'm just wishful thinking now. Do you think... Okay, so Paul Bettany and the director has already come out and said like he might have shot himself in the foot with that quote, but he said that there was a surprise cameo and it was somebody he's always wanted to work with. Do you think it's somebody other than White Vision, or do you think he was referring to White Vision?
I think it may be somebody else. I still have, hope for somebody else, but even if they don't, I'm still excited to see what they do with it because like I said, every episode has been so good and it's added, if you add all the episodes, it's a fantastic show. And even if you watch one or two, it still, draws you in and it keeps you like wanting to know what's going to happen. So I think, whether it's the White Vision or if it's another character that we're expecting, I'm excited just to see where they take us.
Yeah, if it's White Vision, though, I'm going to be a little mad at Paul Bettany.
A little?
I'm not going to be upset with the show, but I'm going to be a little bit like, okay, Paul Bettany, that wasn't cool. Like,
you're going to be like, trolled all of you.
Right, like, that ain't cool, man. Like, they'll be like, hey, there's somebody I always wanted to work with. Oh, it's me. Like,
it's myself, but another version of me.
Right, like, don't do that, bro. That ain't cool. I'll be a little upset with him, but, like, the show as a whole, it'll be okay. Yeah, Mephisto is probably reaching. But I mean, here's the thing about Mephisto and why everybody is actually speculating it's Mephisto is because the twins were originally born from Wanda's hex magic and Mephisto's life force. So I thought everybody was like, oh, Mephisto's inevitable because the twins are there. But we also have to remember this is the MCU. They're going to do their own thing. It's not going to all be based entirely off the comics. So.
And I think we do have that liberty to just, do whatever they want, even though they're based off some of the comics.
Mm-hmm.
It could go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
That's the magic of it, because you also have a cinematic universe that's connected completely and entirely to this TV world. So I think they're going to really surprise us.
Let's hope. Like, I need that cameo to not be White Vision. Or else, Paul Bettany, man, I'm going to be daggers and eyes, bro. Like, can't do that to us. Ooh, a slow-mo X-Men Quicksilver scene, but with Tommy, that'd be tight, man. Yeah, Vision's gonna die.
A third time? No.
I know, what the hell? We already had to watch Infinity War when he died twice in the same exact scene. Damn. Now we gotta watch him die again.
It's gonna be so sad.
Yeah, I feel like once they defeat White Vision, it's up. Like, that's it. She's going to have to let go of all of it. Okay, so in the comics, she says no more mutants. Do you think she'll just say, like, no more Avengers? Or something like that to offset stuff?
I don't know. I have a different question for you.
Yeah, what you got?
Do you think the way this would end, would it introduce the X-Men to the Marvel Universe? Do you think there's like a way they could do it? Like that being the cliffhanger or that being the ending of it all? People starting to have powers.
So, like, are you asking me if the Hex makes mutants, potentially?
Yeah.
That's a possibility. They're in New Jersey, so I don't know if this is true or not. Miss Marvel is from New Jersey. She's not a mutant, but she's from New Jersey, and that's what I think. How I think she got her powers. But I mean, that's a pretty good theory. They can introduce mutants that way, and they got it from the hex magic. Because when she said you're a Scarlet Witch, I was like, so what does that exactly mean in this context? Like, does that make her a mutant? Are they going a different way? That's a really good prediction, though, because, I mean, the Hex could technically implant X genes, or it could awaken X genes that had been there the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like that question a lot. I think there's a heavy potential of that. Because, I mean,
it would be a smart way to introduce them to the universe, and then they could go anywhere from there.
Yeah, unless they're going to bring them from another universe. But, I mean, you could create them on the spot at this point.
We'll figure it out in a few hours. Is it Wednesday today? Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to figure out in a day and a few hours.
A day and a few hours. Woo!
God, it's so close. Maybe introduce Chthon or Nightmare. I think someone is trapped in that glowing book we saw, and Agnes needs Wanda's magic to open it. That's true. I mean, I think it's the Darkhold. But, yeah, that's actually a really good point. I mean, Nightmare could come out. It could be Dormammu. I mean, we just don't know. At this point, I don't really want to play guessing anymore. Like with Mephisto or Nightmare or anything I'm like, Mephisto is a bust, I think.
What do you think about her bunny?
Senior Scratchy, which is another word for devil. I don't know. I'm almost like this is hex magic. Everything's in the shape of a hex. They built us up to Mephisto, and it seems like he's not coming. But if Al Pacino walks in and he's like, call me Mr. M, like I'm about to, I'm screaming. It's happening. Do you think there's any potential? I just don't think I think the Mephisto thing is done. I'm giving it up.
I would say out of, a probability, I would say a maybe 60 out of 100. So a 60.
Oh, shit.
He shows up, and then, 60, I think.
You're a little more optimistic than me. I'm down to like a 30. Like, he ain't showing up.
we'll see.
But yo, if Al Pacino just like walked in and was like, "Hello, Wanda, you finally achieved what I wanted you to achieve," or something like that, dude, that whew,
Green fades to black, and it ends there.
Dip to black. So if she says something like, or what if she's like, "I want to create this society for everyone," and then boom, people become mutants or something? That'd be hell of a cliffhanger. People are like, "What the hell?" Like, suddenly I can spit acid spit. What?
That'd be so cool. Like to see her like.
If it's McAvoy, he will say to Pietro, "Enter her mind with." Oh, I think he said that a little earlier. Yeah, that'd be cool if McAvoy showed up. I doubt it. What up, Amanda? What do you think is going to happen to Pietro in the finale? Good question. What do you think, Steph?
So we've established, or she established already, that the real one, the MCU version, is gone.
Full of bullet holes.
Yeah, his body's like somewhere.
Shit.
Somewhere. It landed somewhere. So I don't know, because I do think he is being controlled. So I still believe in the possibility that this is the X-Men version of the Fox version of the character, and somehow he ended up here. So I don't know. I just hope. Do you think he's dying?
No, I think he's Peter Maximoff. I think that she was like, "I wanted to conjure up your brother." Well, because she said something like that in this episode where she's like, "I wanted to conjure up your brother, but he's full of bullet holes." So I think she conjured up another brother, and it was like, "Oh, I pulled the wrong Pietro back," but it's Pietro. Like,
you think he's from like another universe?
I think it's possible because the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange. I'm like, I think it's entirely possible that they could just. That's the Fox X-Men universe, and they're like starting to pull characters in, and that could potentially be our introduction to the mutants as well. Is the multiverse of madness and them coming through or something like that? I'm not entirely sure.
Plus the rumor from Spider-Man that we're getting 3 Spider-Mans, so that would be a multiverse as well. So I think, it could work.
Y'all, Steph, that is my Snyder cut right there. I need that damn Spider-Man 3 to bring us all 3 Spider-Man, baby.
Just imagine it. I mean, that would have to be seen in a movie theater. Like, there's no way you could see that at home.
No. It's coming out in December too, so we'll be fine.
Yeah.
If not, I'll be in a hazmat suit, y'all. Like, it's happening. Oh my God, Steph, Spider-Man 3 is just. I worry about that one too, that we're building up expectations, but I don't know. Like, Andrew was in Atlanta. They saw Toby going to a costume fitting. I mean, I'm like,
they're trying to make us think that it's not going to happen, just for us to be really surprised when we see it.
Even if it's just like a shot. Like, could you imagine the reaction Andrew and Tom Spider-Man would have when Toby just shoots out his organic web and they're like, "What?
That would be so cool.
You have web in your veins?" Like, oh my God, I'm getting chills thinking about it.
It's not that far away. It's March already, so it's like 9 months away.
Yep, so close. And you know what? What if it was even just Spider-Man and Daredevil? I'm down.
I know. Charlie Cox. I want him to be in it.
Even if he's just Matt Murdock and he's like, "I'm your lawyer and I'm here to represent you." Oh my God.
Yeah, I think for me, I love that show. Like, that was one of my favorite shows. I think it's perfect. Like, every single episode, the storyline, the characters. So just to see him back, I think he's the best version of Daredevil we've gotten.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Ben Affleck, but yes, Charlie Cox is definitely the superior Daredevil, and just that whole story. And God, him and Kingpin were just perfect for their roles.
He's like a perfect villain. I adored his interpretation of the character.
I mean, we talk about like top MCU villains, and I'm like, don't forget about Kingpin. Like, he was God, Steph, do you remember that first season when that guy lied to him and he slammed his head in the door? I'm like, bro, this is another level.
Plus, his storyline from when he was a kid, that really hit hard as well. It was like, oh, like you could see why he is the way he is.
Yeah, so distrusting of others and just a megalomaniac. Oh man, that finale of that third season. Oh my god, when Matt just like screams at the top of his lungs. Oh, that was like a perfect season ending. I hope in some way he comes back. Like, come on, don't do him dirty.
Did you ever get to finish? I never started the show because I saw Daredevil and I think I saw first season of Jessica Jones, but I never saw Iron Fist or the Defenders. Never got to those. I still want to, but what do you think of the show? Like
all of them, or because I've seen them all except for Iron Fist season 2. I refuse, but all of them are pretty good in my opinion. I would say Luke Cage season 1, the first half especially, really good, and then it kind of goes downhill. Punisher's good. I liked Punisher better in Daredevil, but I still liked his series, and people rave about the Punisher. That's a good one. It's a really good series. I just liked him with Matt Murdock more, but I still like his series, both seasons. And then Defenders was good. Not amazing, but it was good. Season 1 of Jessica Jones, fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, really up there with Daredevil. Season 2, it's okay. It's not bad. I would suggest all of them besides Luke Cage and Iron Fist, to be honest. Like, those two are pretty weak, and Iron Fist is just...
But the character with the Defenders, did it work?
With the Defenders, because Daredevil's there and Jessica Jones.
You got a different dynamic, though, because you're in a group.
Yeah. But, oh, man, I don't want to spoil it for you since you're going to go see it. But
I'm going to catch up to those because, I always wanted to watch them, but I never got the time to. So, I'm going to go back to those.
Ooh, you got to let me know what you think because they're good. It's just, I think there was so much more potential, and Daredevil is the shining star out of all those. And then Jessica Jones season 1. Would be next. Then the rest fall after that, but it's not that they're necessarily bad. The only bad ones are Iron Fist. In my opinion, I know people have said season 2 gets better, but I just couldn't even get into it. Luke Cage, after the first half of the first season, kind of falls downhill. But, I mean, I guess if you want the Defenders connection...
Yeah.
If the first season's a shot, at least. But Kilgrave and Jessica Jones was amazing.
I know.
Another villain, I was just like, dang, y'all are just cleaning up shop with these villains, man.
Yes, because you usually, your mind usually goes to the, the more popular ones like Thanos or,
Yeah, you usually it's like Thanos, Killmonger, Hela for some say Ultron. Like, it's like, there's kind of those ones that are like big villains in the movies, but it's like, yo, what about Kingpin, Kilgrave? In the first half of Luke Cage, Cottonmouth was a villain, really good. Like, those Netflix ones, they know how to make some villains.
We'll see. It was an interesting way to get to know other characters. So I'm just excited to go back to those because I've heard great things. So we'll see. Yeah,
definitely check them out and let me know. Patrick was saying Matt Shackman, the director of WandaVision, said to expect more Evan Peters. So okay, he's got to be Peter Maximoff then, who is the X-Men version of Pietro, or the Fox version. Oh, God, seeing him do the slow-mo again, I got to see that again, y'all. Woo! You've seen Days of Future Past, right?
Yes, of course.
Oh, my God. That movie is top-tier X-Men. Just top-tier, Steph. I think the cameo will sadly just be Doctor Strange. And that's not all that sad. Like, yo, it's Doctor Strange, man. Like, can't complain about that, but... Let's talk about this Luke Skywalker thing. So a reporter approached Elizabeth, and this was in an interview. the reporter asked her, is there a cameo similar to Mandalorian season 2?
Mm-hmm.
She said yes. And so everybody's like, Luke Skywalker level. And I'm it's just like, well, realistically, back down on Earth, it could totally be Doctor Strange. And she's like, well, that's somebody from before in the MCU. So
yeah.
it's like,
I'm just expecting that moment for us to be really surprised with what's going to happen and then talk about it afterwards, because there's so many theories and so many people making up stories in their minds. Then when we see what they're going to give us, that's when we'll finally know. And I'm excited to see the discussions after we see it, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't wait to see.
As expected, or if it was just like...
Right, like who was right? I want to see, like, how accurate were we? How on the nose was it?
Just like you with the Mandalorian.
I was actually, like, shocked. Surprised. Like, I was like, what if Luke flies up in a
next wing and
what? It happened. Which I just remember that moment. And I'm sure you remember too, that X-Wing just pulling in like, who is that?
My heart was beating fast and I gasped. I was like so excited for it. I think I cried. Yeah. I cried after. Yeah. Plus the CGI was so good. Like he looked like young Luke. So
and people were like, oh, his face was stiff, but I'm like, yo, like honestly, I wasn't even like, studying it that much. I was like in awe that Luke Skywalker was back. Like Luke? I thought it was Ahsoka at first because I saw a lightsaber and a cloak, and I'm like, it's just Ahsoka.
Then he goes like,
right, they pan in and they show him crushing up a droid. I'm like, that is Luke fucking Skywalker, baby.
I think that goes down as one of the best Star Wars sequences ever.
Absolutely. 100%.
The music, the score really gets you there. So
it's like, it was top tier. Absolutely.
And we have to wait a whole year or two to watch the third season.
Yeah, potentially too, because they're gonna do the Boba and then back to Mando. I'm like, dude, why y'all gotta tease us like that?
I'm just excited because we have a lot of years with a lot of things to look forward to, like a lot from Star Wars, from Marvel, from Disney. So I think we're all good, like for the next couple of
right. What did they say at Investor Day? 6 Star Wars shows, 6 Marvel, like in the next 3 years, like. We're set, y'all.
Disney Plus original content,
And this is on top of the movies that are coming out, too.
Yeah, live actions, animated movies. We have like a whole world of stories to look forward to.
And man, I don't mean to fire shots, people, but Disney's on much better control with their shit than DC is over there with Warner Brothers. Just saying.
When does the Snyder Cut come out?
What is it? The 19th, I think. Yeah, the 19th. Which is, guess what's the same day? Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You can only guess which one I'm more excited for. What about you, Steph? You Snyder Cut or Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Easy.
Easily, yeah.
Bucky and Sam back again.
I know. And that trailer was amazing. It looks so great. Action-packed. You got new characters. You got some characters coming back. Zemo, you have this whole world that's building up and that it will connect with, other things.
Zemo, another mad underrated MCU villain. Mad underrated. I'm like, he turned the Avengers, literally cut them right in half and turned them against each other. No other villain could do that. Not even Thanos. Zemo is a top level criminal, easily. I think Christian's referring to Hayward here. They made it look like she stole the body, but she didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah, he doctored that up easily. That
was surprising. I was like, because I was expecting for her to steal the body, you know, because we saw it in the footage. And I was like, why is she walking outside without him?
I know. She like drives off, and it's like, then you realize, dang, he doctored that shit up. Made it look like she stole the body.
And everyone believed it, so.
And see, he was like kicking them out all quickly.
Yeah.
He was being sketch.
And even Monica said at one point, I think, like, don't try to make her the villain. She's not the villain here. Like, she's not a villain. And Hayward was like,
yeah, and Hayward gonna be like, well, we can't bury him with $3 million worth of that down in the ground. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You gonna tear up her husband or her lover?
And his face when White Vision woke up, he was like,
You know, I think it would actually be kind of cool if it was Ultron's UI, and he was like, oh, we just use Ultron's, and he just like throws him out of the way and like takes control, and he's like, oh, I can finally, because you know why people are thinking it's Ultron? Remember Ultron's arm was missing? The first thing that White Vision looks at is that left arm. He like looks and goes, and it's like, oh, that might be Ultron.
That's a good point. I'm just, I'm mesmerized by the level of detail from the audience, like what you could catch up on and try to figure out who is it, what's happening. All those Easter eggs videos.
Oh my God.
I could never be aware of those. Like, I watch those and I'm like, ooh, that makes sense. But, when I'm watching the show, I'm not like, ooh, look at that. Look at that.
Steph, they are easily watching the show on pause and frame by frame.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all gotta be going frame by frame, my guy. Like,
so
just
space bar, like
hit the space bar. What's in the scene? What's in the like?
Imagine doing that for the entire episode. That's crazy.
I mean, shit. Dedicated to the content. I get it.
Yeah, like the milk carton says this, and the newspaper has this picture. Wow.
Yeah, wasn't those what was the cereal called? Like Disappearos or something like that. What was it called? Oh, Honey Snaps or something. It was Sugar Snaps. And I was like, Thanos?
Yes.
Which we don't have Sugar Snaps.
I applaud those people, the people that do that, because it takes time and it takes brains to do it. So
serious effort too. Amanda agrees with you. It's definitely going to be a cliffhanger. Oh, yeah. Easily.
Like a huge one. And we're all going to be like, what? And that's going to be it.
It's got to end on something that's just going to have everybody like, what?
Just, make sure you watch it as soon as it comes out, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be spoiled if you don't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Luke Skywalker stuff was on Twitter within like minutes. Please watch it. Like, I won't post a spoiler, but
until you watch it, right?
Huh?
No social media until you watch it, just to make sure that you don't ruin it for yourself.
I would highly recommend no social media. Like, seriously, like it. Y'all, if y'all thought the Luke Skywalker thing was bad, and within a couple minutes of the episode ending, people were, oh my God, Pietro's Peter. Oh, like it's going to happen. There's no way it's going to be hidden at this point. Oh, Cooper's got a comment here. Is the engineer actually Talos' daughter, the Skrull girl Monica befriended in Captain Marvel? Major Goodner did say that we're always loyal to you and your mom to Monica. Maybe she was a Skrull daughter. That's very possible. I mean, we all think it's Reed Richards. Probably not going to happen. Kevin Feige said he's got a plan for them down the road, so probably not. I was thinking, what if it's Riri Williams, the next Iron Man, Ironheart? I think she's already been cast too, so I'm like, okay, that would make a little bit more sense if it was Riri. Oh my God, that'd be tight. Like, cue next Iron Man, baby. Like, Riri Williams, baby. I experienced everything. I recently saw Tommy and Billy being held captive by Agatha. Man, Christian, you're just getting a front row seat to all this, aren't you? Wanda is Mephisto. That would certainly be quite the twist. Hey, look, this is the sitcom.
La Familia Peluche. It's so funny. I really don't know if it has, subtitles somewhere that you can find it or it's translated somehow. But honestly, it's one of the best comedy shows I've ever seen. It's so funny.
I would not watch it translated because you know how they do with the mouths and with
So,
dubbing. Like I watch it subbed.
so basically, it's this city that is full of fur. Everything is fur. Their clothes are fur. So that's why it's called Familia Peluche. 'Cause peluche means fur.
Oh.
So they live in the city and it's a family. And it's funny because they have kids, but somehow the wife runs over a policeman and the policeman forgets that he's a policeman. So he sort of becomes like a kid in his mind and they adopt him. So you have the daughter that's sort of weird, the little kid that's theirs, and then the policeman that thinks he's a kid. And then it's so funny. Like the premise of this whole thing is that they're just a normal family from a city that's made of fur.
Made of fur? Like, do they have fur?
No. They're human, but their clothes are fur, and the everything, like the cars.
Oh so, wow! Like,
it sounds weird. I must show you a picture. Okay, let's continue. I'll show it to you.
Send it to me on Facebook, and I can pull it up.
I'm laughing because it's like a really funny show.
Yeah, I gotta see this. I'm like, huh? Doctor Strange, Agatha, I've come to bargain. Well, hold on, no, hold that comment, JC3, because you know what? Is Agatha strong enough to take on Doctor Strange? Like, I'm like, he's the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, he's the top dude. I don't know. Steph, do you think Agatha could beat Strange? Like, I kind of view him as like
top
above her. Yeah, like I kind of am like, well, I feel like she would struggle against Strange. Like he would come along and she'd be like, oh my God, it's the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but she's not the Sorcerer Supreme. So,
you know what? I also sensed, I don't know if you sensed it as well, but she's definitely jealous of Wanda because of her powers and because it all came natural to her. Like with Agatha's story, you could see that she even says it, that she had to practice and do so much to get to where she was. And for Wanda, it was just like automatic.
Easy.
It just happened. Like she didn't have to do anything. So that's why she's so eager to know how she did it. And going back to your question, I don't think she's more powerful than Doctor Strange because of that.
Yeah, I don't think there's. I guess if he's saying like bargain, like, all right, let's bargain, or else I'm gonna have to get rid of you. Because like I don't think Strange would be reasoning with Agatha like, oh well, I don't want you to mess me up. Like I think Strange would take care of her pretty quickly, in my opinion. Like, who knows? But he's got the Time Stone. He's Doctor Strange. He is the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, he's the most powerful sorcerer in the MCU. So it's like, sorry, besides Wanda, nobody stands a chance against Strange. You done, bro. Like, Agatha, you're done if Strange shows up. If Strange shows up, she's done, Steph. She's done. That's it. Strange putting an end to that shit immediately. What up, Dez? Welcome in, bro. What would blow my mind if all the Avengers turn up, especially Spider-Man, to help Wanda to defeat Agnes? That'd be cool, but I think Wanda could do it with the people she's there with. Like, I think her Vision, Tommy Witkin, or Tommy and Billy, I think they could. They're enough for Agnes, at least. I don't know about if White Vision comes into play, what the hell is going to happen there, because who knows? I
know, and that showdown, how is that going to go? I want to see it now. Like, now. I can't wait
now. Right freaking now.
Give it to me, Disney Plus.
This is a really good comment. Don't think Agatha will fully be evil going forward, like another Loki figure. That's true.
Because of that point, I remembered. Do you think? I think she was genuine when she was crying, or when she did this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, after she saw her moment with Vision, I think that was real. Like she wasn't acting or mocking her or anything.
Oh, when she was like crying when
She
she saw
wipes,
the
yeah,
Vision
she
thing.
sort of like wipes a tear.
I
That's
would think so. I would think so too, because at the beginning of the episode, and maybe not, but I mean, I thought she was like sincerely like, I could use my powers for good, guys. Like,
because she wasn't just learning about her life; she was experiencing it. She was watching it. So I think that may come into play later.
I know, like, what if White Vision comes and just like wreaks havoc, and then Agatha joins her side? Maybe as a, because in the comics she has been a mentor to Wanda, so maybe she will be like a mentor and be down to like help her control the hex magic somehow.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be tight.
So many possibilities.
Trying to see everyone: Leo, Magneto, Mephisto, Ultron, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange. Let the madness again. Let's go. What up, Angel? Let's go, bro. Like, bring them all in. Bring them all in. Hey, what's going on, Cooper Hayes? Hopefully you don't fall asleep, man, but we are pushing. How do you think this will play into Spider-Man 3? What you think, Steph?
I think this will be the beginning of the multiverse of madness, as a whole. So I think this will open new doors that have not been opened yet. And that's going to play into the next couple of movies.
Absolutely. I think this will be the direct result of the other Spider-Man being in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Boom, the multiverse opens up. All of a sudden, other Peter Parkers are showing up. Like, what? Like, where am I? Oh my God, my Spidey senses are tingling. Who are you? What? You have Spidey senses? Like, who knows how it could go down,
I'm you. The memes, have you seen it?
Yes, the 60s Spider-Man. Oh, yeah.
That's going to be like a graphic representation of what's going to happen in the movie.
Yeah, they did at the end of Into the Spider-Verse as well. Like, you got to get that back. Spidey pointing at himself. No more Nexus? Nah, probably not. Catherine said, Hans says we're having a shocking and satisfying finale.
Ooh.
Director says it will be all about Wanda and dealing with her grief. What would be your perfect finale if you were in charge? Ooh, I'll let you go first.
I don't think I could ever be in charge. I think my creativity doesn't go that far, but I would. Okay, just out of the romantic person that I think I am, I would love for Vision to come back somehow. Like somehow have him back. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, you're romantic, huh?
Yes, because I've always loved Wanda and Vision's relationship and their chemistry and just them together.
Mm-hmm.
So I would really love to see them go, further. But I don't think that will work for the storyline or the plans that they have for the future.
In a perfect world, it'd be like I'd be down for that. But unfortunately, I just don't think that's gonna happen. Just because Wanda's got to get past that grief and Vision has died, and that entire moment with her destroying the Mind Stone was the sacrifice that she made in order to defeat Thanos.
Yeah.
So I would love for that to happen. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it's going to. It would be really cool though. It'd be really cool.
What's yours?
Oh, you already know mine. I'll let you guys know earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. White Vision gets the upper hand. Agatha is either knocked out or teams up with White Vision. And then all of a sudden, White Vision starts crinkling up. And White Vision is voiced by James Spader. He's pretty much Ultron. That is exactly what Ultron wanted to be in Vision's body. That's what it is. And then he starts crinkling up and he's like, what is happening to me? And it's like actually Magneto. And he's standing far away. And he's like, back up, Wanda. We're here to help. It's him, Professor X. And they're like, what's going on here? And then, Professor X wheels up in the wheelchair. Cut to black, baby. Boom. Wanda will return in Multiverse of Madness. Post-credit scene, you got Doctor Strange figuring out about the hex, and he's like, him and Wong got to do something about that hex, and the hex is what's opening up all the other multiverses. Boom! We're done.
Great way to, leave us wanting more.
Wouldn't that be tight? Just Professor X wheels up in the wheelchair, and he's just like, Wanda, we can help you. Whoo, baby! Oh my gosh. Which Magneto and Professor X would you want to see?
Ooh. Great question. I would go with McAvoy and Fassbender, I think.
Yeah, especially because they're more recent, but wouldn't it be cool seeing Patrick and Ian? Like,
yeah, that would be cool. Plus, if we're exploring this multiverse, why don't we get the 4 of them?
Oh my God, I don't think I can handle that. It was in Days of Future Past. It was already like mind exploding. There's 2 Xaviers on screen together. Oh my God! But if they did all 4 of them, oh my God, I wouldn't be able to handle that. The reason why, well, okay, if it is Patrick and Michael, I would be down if they acted more like Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen at that point. They had more of those mannerisms. Magneto is the master of metal at this point. He's got a more calm demeanor. He knows him and Charles are on different sides. Like, they kind of got to act like Patrick, and they can't be like, oh, I'm Professor X. I'm still shooting up my needles. Like, no, we can't do that no more. Like, y'all need to be grown up. You know what I mean? Like, be the Magneto and the Professor X from X1 through 3. But that would be tight if it was those 2 and they had the mannerisms as the older ones. Like, yeah. And what if McAvoy had like a ball cap on by then? Like, X's ball, baby, is happening. It looks like Agnes is working the devil this way. Does Agnes want Wanda's superpowers? I mean, it seems like she wants Wanda's superpowers or wants to use Wanda to potentially bring someone else into play. Yeah. Are you looking forward to Moon Knight, Blade, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel coming to Disney Plus? And who do you think the villains? Okay, we're not going to name every single villain, but I'm definitely looking forward to those, especially Blade. What about you, Steph? Out of this list, which one would you be looking forward to the most?
I'm very interested in Miss Marvel.
That'll be tight.
I like the casting and the casting of the main character. So yeah, I barely know anything about her, so I would like to really get to know her story.
Kamala Khan, yeah, bring her in, y'all. Desmond's agreeing with me. First part of Luke Cage season 1, good, but then not as good. Christian, you pop back up. Come through. What if the cameo is one of the other Peter Parkers? What if it's Toby?
Dancing.
Oh my God. Stop, Steph. With the haircut, the side swipe. Didn't he tell you guys it's a Luke Skywalker level cameo? Snyder Cut finna be super average. Uh-oh. It seems like with an extra 2 hours of footage, it's got to be better. Got to be. Are you holding your hopes high, Steph? Nope.
I don't think it could disappoint me. I'm just excited to see Zack's version of it because I know he's worked so hard and he's talked about it so many times how he's trying to give the fans the best that he can. So I'm just excited to see what was his original pitch and his way of telling the story.
Yeah, I'm excited to see his version, like his original vision and what he wanted. I think it's calling it his original vision is a little bit of a stretch. I think he added some stuff. Yeah. Like he had to have been like, all right, well, y'all gave me another budget.
So right, he's like worked on it for so long that, yeah.
Oh yeah, he doctored up some stuff, put some more stuff in there. Ooh, JC was saying, in my opinion, Sam and Bucky feel forced. I don't think so, because watching them in interviews, like they have such good energy together in the interviews, and they seem to like be able to like joke with one another.
Yeah.
Like they seem to just be comfortable, like dissing one another and taking jabs, but clearly it's jokes and all for good fun.
Yeah, I could definitely see their on-screen relationship based off the real relationship that they have. Like they have the same banter and they laugh. And you know, their interviews are my favorite interviews to watch. Whenever they were doing promo, they paired them together and I was like, they're so funny.
That would be so cool. I mean, I think they just play off each other, like you were saying, play off each other so well. You're right. They got to have good energy together. Come on now. Yeah. Come on. Come on.
And I don't think they could fake that, you know? It looks real and it seems real. Like you could tell it's definitely genuine.
Yeah, like they feel like bros, like homies. Like to me, they feel closer than they did with Chris Evans. Oddly, like it's like the Bucky. The thing about it though is like the Bucky Steve relationship was completely different, so I kind of understand. But like, I feel like those two actors are closer to each other than they were to Chris Evans. And maybe I'm wrong, but they just feel that way. Oh my God.
It's fun to watch. Just them talking. I could spend hours watching them talk.
I mean, seriously, like in Civil War, they're like, Spidey webs them up. And then Falcon sends the little bird to pull Spidey to the window. And Winter Soldier just looks over at him and he's like, you could have done that a little bit earlier, right? He goes, I hate you.
Yeah, I hate you.
I hate you. It's going to be so good. Looking forward to What If. That'll be good.
Yes.
What up, Hernandy? I hope it ends with one of the Spider-Man popping up. Yeah, we've got a couple of predictions like that tonight. Do you think Chris Evans will make an appearance in Falcon and Winter Soldier as Hydra Cap, another version of Captain America? I know Steph will love it.
Captain America is my favorite Avenger. I love him. And, you know, I just hope to see Chris Evans back at some point in the future. Like you said, even if it's like a small cameo or like something, I would love to see him back sometime.
Yeah, like even if it's like later on down the line and he's old like man Cap.
20 years or 50 years.
I'm down. Bring it back. I think that there is a possibility of Hydra Cap, and I have said that Hydra Cap could come back, but I don't know. Like, we did all this speculating with WandaVision. Do we want to do it with Falcon and Winter Soldier? The answer is yes, but we'll wait for WandaVision to be over.
Like, yes, wait for my my theory video.
I actually have a video I'm working on of a couple different possibilities. That's not a joke. I'll just give you a little tease. I think it's either there's a few theories I have, but I think it could potentially be Hydra Cap, or he'll come back later on in the MCU as Old Man Cap when a much bigger threat than Thanos, Galactus, comes in and is the what do you eat? What'd you eat? She snuck like a cracker or something. But when Galactus comes back down, and he grabs that original shield from the first Captain America, so not the circular one, but the first one he had, comes back to the front lines, baby. Is like, one more battle, guys. I'm ready. And he's Old Man Cap, man. Like, okay, I'm getting too hyped. So if Wanda's a witch, what is Pietro? Is he a mutant then? Good question. We don't know. What up, Geekicidal? Wanda, you're the Scarlet Witch. Mark my words. No cameo in the final episode. Disclaimer, I did not mention the after credit scene. Uh-oh. There you go. Bye-bye, guys. Hope you don't have a nightmare. Hope you don't either, JHC. I've decoded WandaVision using the hex as cipher. I've tweeted it out under the hex cipher. Feel free to share it. Here's my pinned tweet. Oh, right on, man. Definitely down to check it out. The hex cipher. I'll look it up real quick. Cipher.
The hex cipher.
Oh. Hold on one sec.
Can you hear the rain?
A little bit. It sounds so peaceful.
It's raining here in Mexico.
Like hard.
It's not that hard right now, but it's been raining ever since about like 2 p.m.
Oh, jeez.
So
I'm used to Colorado stuff. Things end in like 5 minutes here.
no, this has been going on for hours. I was just afraid that my lights go out, but it hasn't happened yet. So,
Ooh, hopefully not. Let's take a listen to Cypher.
The last time I'll try to explain this is all I can do. 1692, Starzan Witch Trials. 1964, Scarlet Witch is first introduced. 270 years, 2 times 7 times 2. You keep multiplying after you get an equal. You get to the 6. That's your hex, which they give you. That is the cipher. 6 is the cipher. So now you have 6. You have to get a word out of here, Ellis and rolling. So you can do 4 plus 2, 5 plus 1, etc. So 1 plus 2, 1 plus 2. So you get EL, you get RO. That's your 6. Okay, so then you're going to, in the same order you did that, you go to Help Me Rhonda when they're trying to talk to you through the screen and explain to you who the person is. So you get that EL, RO, 2, 3, 7, 9, multiply until you get to the 6. Here you're going to do the addition of the letters, 5, 12, 18 from the alphabet, the numerical order. You're going to use the addition that you did here, then the multiplication. So you add this, you're going to get 23, 2 times 3. So this is the name. This is the name. That's it. That's a cipher. It's a simple cipher. It's the hex is the cipher. It's that simple.
That was some major work, bro. Like, I applaud you for like doing that work because
yes,
I hadn't thought of any of that. Like none of that. Holy shit.
my brain went somewhere else. I'm like, what? Like, wow.
Like, damn, that was some major work. You know what? For your sake, I hope you're right. Because that was some major digging. And I was like, whoo, that was a lot of math, my man.
Yeah, I know. I'm not very good at math, but it was pretty awesome to watch it.
It was. Oh my God, this Hex is the Cipher sound like a Wu-Tang album. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, guys. Woo, we are at an hour 15. Steph, one last WandaVision prediction. One last thing that you think is going to happen in that last episode. What you got? One more thing.
I'm going to stick to what I said earlier. I think it's going to introduce the X-Men in some way. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Good idea. X-Men in some way.
How about you, Leo?
I don't want to say Mephisto.
That's my Magneto impression.
Oh, I was like, is that you morphing into the Pink Ranger? One last one, huh? Vision's not going to come back. And the kids aren't going to come back either. As much as I would love for them to stay. They're going to have to sacrifice themselves to get rid of the hex or something.
No.
Such a sad ending, but you know what? They said it was going to be a tragic ending.
My heart's not ready. I'm going to make sure I have some, tissues.
I'm not ready for this to end. Come on, man. Don't end. WandaVision, don't end.
I know. But, next time we see everyone in the chat, we will all know what's going to happen and we'll all see the show. So I'm excited just to see you next week and talk about it.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely do like a little post discussion. But y'all, whoo, popping chat tonight. Popping. We want y'all back here next week to talk some more WandaVision, guys, because then we'll have seen the entire series. And now we can start theorizing about how it's going to lead into Spider-Man. What's going to happen with Falcon Winter Soldier. Loki will be around the corner after that, guys. More theories.
Theories never end. So, there's always something happening.
People were like, I feel like the Falcon Winter Soldier is going to be kind of straightforward. And then guess what? Episode 1 is going to drop. We're all going to be like, oh my God, this person's popping up. This is happening. Come on, y'all. We going to theorize.
Yes.
But guys, thank you so much for coming by. Be sure to subscribe to Steph over at Minute Movie Pop. Steph, what you got coming up on the channel?
Yes, my Raya review which we saw together, Raya and the Last Dragon, and I loved it. I am in love with that film, and I think you're all going to be too.
That film was damn near perfect. So stay tuned for Steph's Raya review. You can find mine on the channel here at Geekly Goods. And then I've got a review for Coming to America coming up tomorrow. I've got WandaVision coverage coming up Friday. And then I've also got, coming up tomorrow as well, coverage for the new streaming service, Paramount Plus. So guys, be on the lookout for that. And WandaVision post-discussion. Come on back next week, guys. And we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods and Minute Movie Pop for another episode of Trailer Talk. See ya.